Hi everyone! In this video, I'm going to show how to make an IoT-based digital weight meter using an HX711 weight sensor and a 5 kg load cell. Here I have used the Blynk app to display the weight of objects. If you are new to this channel, then please subscribe and turn on the bell button to get the notification of my new videos. Here we need an HX711 weight sensor and a 5 kg load cell. I've set the sensor like this. Then we need an ESP32 as microcontroller and a breadboard. First, placing the ESP32 on the breadboard. Then placing the HX711 weight sensor on the breadboard. Connecting the 3.3 volt pin of ESP32 with the breadboard positive terminal, and the ground of the ESP32 with the breadboard negative terminal. Connect the ground pin of the weight sensor with the breadboard negative terminal, and connect the VCC of the weight sensor with the breadboard positive terminal. Then connect the D-out pin of the weight sensor with the GPIO23 pin of ESP32. And SCK pin of the weight sensor with the GPIO19 pin of ESP32. Then attach a PVC board like this on the load cell to place objects for measuring weight. The hardware setup is done. Let's set up the Blynk dashboard. Go to the Blynk website. If you don't have an account on Blynk, you need to create one. First, need to create a template. Then create a new virtual pin data stream in this template. Then create a web dashboard with a gauge. Then create a device using the template I've generated. Then we will get the template name, ID, and authentication token, which will be required in the main code. Now let's set up the mobile dashboard in the Blynk app. Now coming in the coding part. Go to my GitHub and copy the code. Open Arduino IDE software. Then paste the code here. This defines the Blynk template ID, name, and authentication ID that associates this project with a predefined IoT template on the Blynk platform. Includes the Wi-Fi library for ESP32 to connect to a Wi-Fi network. Used for establishing client connections over Wi-Fi. Allows the ESP32 to interact with the Blynk IoT platform. Includes the HX711 library for interfacing with the HX711 load cell amplifier used for weight measurements. I've attached this library file to my GitHub account. Creates an HX711 object, associating it with two pins D out and clock. Enables debugging output via the serial monitor. Any Blynk-related debug information will be printed here. Stores the Wi-Fi SSID, which is your Wi-Fi network name. Stores the Wi-Fi password. Variable to store the weight measurement. Calibration factor for accurate weight readings. This needs adjustment based on the load cell and hardware setup. Place any object of known value. Then adjust the calibration factor until it shows the exact value of the object. Here I have taken a stone which is 50 grams. So I have adjusted the calibration factor until the scale shows its real value. In my case, it's 211000. In the void setup function. Sets the scale to its default calibration. Resets the scale to 0. Reads the 0 factor, useful for fine-tuning. In the void loop function, Blynk communication is handled. Then, it calls the measures weight function to measure and display weight. In the measure weight function adjusts the calibration for accurate readings. Measures weight by averaging 5 readings. Negative weight values are corrected to 0. Sends the weight value to the Blynk app on virtual pin V0. Now select the proper board and upload the code. Now providing power in the ESP32 from the power bank. Then open the Blynk app. It displays the weight of the object in kilograms. Here I've taken a stone for calibration. I've measured the weight of the stone before. It was 50 grams. So let's the weight of the stone on the scale. It's 48 grams. Almost similar. So the weight scale is working properly. Let's measure the weight of other objects. Thank you for watching the full video.